Hello YouTube, thank you for joining me on my channel today. Laser technology forms a big part of my knife making business, and as the home laser technology becomes more powerful and affordable, so does the possibilities of what one is capable of in your own workshop. I have added the xTool S1 laser to my collection of equipment in the workshop. The S1 is the world's first 40-watt enclosed diode laser cutter and offers a huge range of laser modules and accessories to cater for every kind of DIY requirement. I figured a themed cleaver and resin-filled chopping board would be a great test project. I will start with the cleaver. I chose 3mm thick 1070 high carbon steel. This cleaver will be larger than my normal sized knives, so I had to get hold of a 100mm wide piece that will fit my profile. What I really like about the xTool S1 is that it comes with free xTool creative software. Even though it is compatible with Lightburn, the XCS software allows you to access unique features like autofocusing and 3D curve engraving, which Lightburn does not offer. You also have access to an online community and tons of presets, tutorials, designs and tools. I drew up my profile design in Illustrator and imported it into the XCS program. Upon selecting the autofocus option, the machine automatically measures the distance from the object to the lens and sets the focus. This autofocus function simplifies the lasering operation and also allows for cutting thicker materials more effectively. Another cool feature is the ability to measure the lasering area of the object by a pinpointing system. There are various options, but the 2-pinpoint system allows me to measure the surface from corner to corner. Simply position the laser head on the one corner, map it by pressing the button on the machine, move it to the opposite corner, press the button again, and the XCS software calculates the lasering surface, allowing the user to then place the artwork appropriately inside the area. I cut the profile with my angle grinder and clean it up on my belt grinder. Once I have my profile all cleaned up, I mark, punch and drill the pinholes. The 40-watt laser module is the most powerful module in the S1 range. With advanced laser compression technology, 8 5.5 watt lasers are combined into 40 watt, creating high power cutting efficiency comparable to CO2 machines. The 40 watt module is capable of cutting wood as thick as 18 millimeters with one pass. The S1 boasts 4 interchangeable laser modules, allowing the user to work on a wide range of materials, and a large working area of 19.6 by 12.5 inches, which can be expanded up to 118 inches with the automatic conveyor feeder system. This allows the user to create much larger projects than previously possible. The S1 has the most accurate positioning system in the field of desktop lasers. The pinpoint positioning system allows the user to effortlessly and accurately map a working surface, while the 3D curve function allows the lasering of curved objects like bowls and spoons. I will mark my bevel areas with a permanent marker and scribe the areas that need to be grinded. I then proceed to grind in the initial bevel before heat treatment. I will normalize and harden the blade, give it a quick cleanup, and then do the tempering cycles. I'm looking for that golden straw colored metal when it comes out of the oven. That tells me that my tempering temperatures fell within the correct range. I can proceed to grind in the final bevel and hand sand the blade. I've constructed a quick makeshift rail system that will allow me to grind in the fuller as evenly and symmetrical as possible. The fuller will help with food release when using the cleaver during cooking. This is done using a 70mm round wheel. For the handle scales, I've chosen these blue colored resin dragon scales with 4mm brass pins. This will fit nicely with the theme I am planning for this project. Super glue helps to secure the scales to the blade in order to drill the pinholes accurately. It keeps everything in place, but is still easily removable once the holes are drilled. I grind the scales to a rough shape before gluing everything up. I mark the front radius of one scale, grind it to shape, and use that as a template to grind the second scale symmetrical. I give it a 45-degree angle at the front to finish off the rough shape. The handle will be profiled after it's been glued on. I can engrave my dragon artwork onto the blade now. For this, I attached a 2-watt IR laser module. This module was designed specifically for metal engraving, including precious metals like gold, silver, copper and titanium. It engraves acrylics and plastics, offering a broader choice of materials for different projects. The process is simple. Unscrew the 2 screws holding the module in place, slide it out of the bracket, unplug the air assist hose and plug on the side, insert the replacement module, plug in the air assist hose and plug, and screw in the 2 screws to secure the module onto the bracket. The distance measuring needle on the side just snaps into place as this is held in place by a magnet. Once the module is installed, I can do the focus measure and then map the cleaver using the polygon measuring function, which allows me to mark out several points instead of only 2. I can now place my artwork accordingly, set the correct settings and start the engraving process. It is time to assemble the handle scales. I give everything a wipe down with acetone, glue it up and clamp it down to cure overnight. Once the epoxy is cured, I grind up the excess pin material and peen the pins. I'm keeping the handles simple on this one by grinding it into a half round shape. Once the handle profiling is complete, I can sand it up to 800 grit and give it a quick buff to polish it up. I then move on to sharpening, where I sharpen it to a 17-degree edge. I've got a nice piece of teak wood that I will use for the chopping board. Using my router, I'll round off the edges first. I will follow the same procedure as with the cleaver, first by setting the focus of the laser module, then mapping out the area of the board. I can then drop in my artwork, set the power and speed of the laser, and start the engraving process. The Smart Air Assist is useful here as it blows away smoke and ash as the laser engraves. It automatically adjusts the size of the airflow according to the laser module setting. This is important as I set the power high to engrave the pattern about 2 mm deep, so any debris and ash need to be cleared immediately to ensure a clean engraving, and also prevent the risk of fire as smoldering debris can cause a flame. The S1 is a first-class safety certified enclosed 40-watt semiconductor laser machine, equipped with a 5-way flame sensor and multiple safety monitoring systems to ensure peace of mind while operating. When the engraving is complete, I use a hard brush to scrub any remaining ash out and then quickly sand the surface clean. I mix the epoxy resin according to the manufacturer's instructions and add a teaspoon of blue resin dye. After making sure it's properly mixed, I start pouring it into the areas that I want blue, in this case the dragon. I quickly brush it over with a blowtorch to get rid of any bubbles that might be trapped on the surface. I'll let this cure before I start with the pattern around the dragon to prevent the two different colors from mixing. I want a gold look and feel for the ring, so I filled it with brass powder. The reason I don't mix it with the resin is because of the weight. The powder sinks to the bottom and does not pour as well as the blue resin dye. I get better results by filling the crevices with brass and pour clear resin over it and leave it to cure. After all the epoxy resin has hardened, I can sand it down until I get the desired finish. Apply some oil to reveal the final product, and the chopping board is complete. My final thoughts on the xTool S1 machine is that it is a fantastic laser machine to have around. The possibilities it creates are endless, not just for a knife maker, but also for the everyday hobbyist. With the enhanced safety features, free XCS software, and loads of accessories to add on, this laser is easy to use and powerful enough to take on large and complicated projects, as well as delicate small projects like jewelry. I am looking forward to put this to the test again, as there are many features that I have not explored in this build. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I trust you found the content useful. Please like, share and subscribe. And until the next time, goodbye.